my movie loving brothers and sisters. How are you guys doing? Happy New Year. It is a new year. We made it. We're alive. It is Monday evening here. Thank you for joining us on the Screen Talk Live YouTube channel where we talk about all things movies, movie news, and other screen related stuff. I am, of course, your humble host, Key Toothman. I am flying solo once again today, so no co-hosts for us today. But I will be all the enjoyment that you need. I can promise you. Not a lot going on again. Again, it's kind of holiday-ish still. Not a ton of news, but a little bit of things, a little bit of breaking news, and want to talk about those things for sure. So stick around. But before we get into all that, let's talk about the Xbox Series S that we're giving away here on the channel. It is available. It is in a raffle, and you can win it. So all it takes is sending in a super chat during a live show, including today's live show. And doing so enters you in for a chance to win that Xbox Series S. And we will give it away to one lucky person, whoever we draw out of that orange Doctor Strange bucket that we have over there. And whoever we draw will win that, and we will send it to them. But we will not do so till we get 20K subscribers, which we are getting close to. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Also, let's see. What else do we have to talk about? We have our channel membership, right? It's up. We do have our 10th member finally. But we're always looking for more. So if you guys haven't joined that channel membership, make sure you guys go join. You could join for as little as like a couple of dollars a month. But we appreciate the support, and it helps keep the channel going. Keep me here bringing you news and making the studio look wonderful and making the show improved and better for you guys. With that being said, another few things off the top. I'm going to try to go out and see The Whale this week. I want to go out and see it. I'm not sure if my wife wants to see The Whale or if anyone I know really wants to see The Whale. But I'm going to go check it out at some point this week. I also may go check out Puss in Boots. I've heard good things. I have a daughter, and my family would probably enjoy that movie. We're big Shrek fans. I mean, who isn't a big Shrek fan, right? Got my Avatar 2, The Way of Water, light up cup. Pretty cool stuff. It's the best part of the movie. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to get out, try to do an out-of-theater review of The Whale for sure. Maybe get one for Puss in Boots. There was something else coming. Megan is coming soon. That may be this Thursday. I want to try to get out and see Megan. I want to do an out-of-theater review on that too as well. I know my wife goes back to work this Thursday, so it may not be something I can do right away, but I do want to eventually get out there and get those things checked out before, they're gone and out of theaters. So, yeah. Awesome, guys. With that down, we're going to jump into our main topics today. And if you're not familiar with things, how things work around here, we like to go over a few main topics. And then at the end of the show, we like to take any comments, questions, chats, super chats, or anything you guys have left us down below. So make sure you guys are giving us interesting comments, questions, and then make sure you're sticking around to the end so we can all chat it up and hang out. With that down, we are going to jump into our first main topic today. And our first main topic today is this. Just not that long ago, and I think it was really reported early last night or late last night, or early this morning, but news came out that Jeremy Renner was in an accident and that he was in critical condition. So let's jump over here. We have this article from IndieWire. Let's see what's going on with our boy Hawkeye. Jeremy Renner in critical but now stable condition following a ski plow accident. Let's read into this a little bit. Jeremy Renner was hospitalized on New Year's Day following a ski plowing accident. The Marvel actor and two-time Oscar nominee was airlifted to a hospital after an incident on his property near Reno, Nevada. Renner has a home close to Mount Rose Ski Tahoe, according to Deadline. The area was hit with a large storm New Year's Eve and left 35,000 houses without power. That's crazy. Renner is in critical but now stable condition with injuries suffered after experiencing a weather-related accident while plowing snow earlier today, his spokesperson told Deadline. The Hawkeye star is noted to be receiving excellent care for his injuries. Yeah, this is shocking. I mean, this kind of comes out of nowhere. It is. We have had all those up in the East Coast. Just, I mean, the snow and the storms have been just really bad. So we hate to see this obviously happen to an actor that I'm going to say I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of the Hawkeye character. I hated that TV show, but he was definitely, his character and him playing it was probably the best part of it, the best parts of it, at least. So this is rough to hear. We hope, obviously, we wish Jeremy Renner and his family and everyone the best. It sounds like he's in stable condition. That's great to hear. I mean, it's hard to say that we can't imagine him coming out of this. He's that guy, right? So we will follow this, and we will make sure that we keep updating you on Jeremy Renner's health and his status after this tragic accident that he experienced at his home. We will definitely do so, and so stick around, in the coming days to make sure our boy Jeremy Renner is okay. But with that down, if you guys have any comments or questions or any thoughts about the accident that Jeremy Renner had, or even maybe the weather or storms or the things you've been experiencing during these kind of things or accidents you or your family may have had, definitely let me know any of that stuff down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we are going to jump into our second main topic today. And our second main topic today is this. So we've been talking a lot about, the Avatar, box office, all of that. And I went out and seen Avatar to The Way of Water. If you guys haven't seen my review, I have a out of theater review. I haven't actually done a full review on that. Maybe I should just go ahead and get it done. I was hoping that I would have a co-host come in here and be able to join me for that kind of thing, but that may not be able to happen. So maybe I do a full review by myself at some point. But my quick out of theater review is up. Go check it out if you haven't. I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. I thought it was visually spectacular, obviously, but there's been a lot of question about how much it would be, where it would end up, and we're just gonna kind of over the next, I don't know, week or two at least more, observe this and pay attention to where Avatar to The Way of Water is. And right now, you can see its domestic total as sitting at 444. I mean, this thing is raking in money just like we thought it would. Internationally, it's brought in almost $1 billion. We knew it would bring in the most money there, right? It also has a Chinese release, which no other movie has really gotten in the last few years. It puts its worldwide total to 1.4 billion. This movie who knows what this could do. I imagine this starts to slow down quickly with the holidays over. Also, Antman is the next big thing coming. There's some little tricklers in there, Megan and all that. Ain't going to really matter to this kind of thing. And I don't see this having that kind of, staying power that the first Avatar movie had, which was in theaters for 9-10 months. This isn't going to be in theaters for 9 or 10 months. There's no way. And there's no way there won't be a way to justify it, because this won't continue to make enough money to keep it in theaters at some point. Obviously, that is not the point. So we will keep following this and see where it ends up. I'm going to say it ends up in the 1.5 to 1.8 billion dollar range is what I'm going to say where it ends up. This does make it the biggest film of the year technically. Top Gun Maverick obviously was the biggest film of the year before this. It slightly edges it out, though. In fact, I don't even think it's quite past Top Gun Maverick yet, but it will here very soon, maybe even in the next couple of days. So we'll pay more attention to this, see where it's at. Just wanted to get a little feeler out there myself and see where it's at. Again, 1.4 billion. This thing's gonna get a ton of money, just like we thought it would. Hey, they got my $28. The lady when I bought this promised me that if I brought this cup in ever again, that I could fill it up for free. That can't be true, right? I should have made her say it on film. Anyways, yeah, guys, what do you think about all this? What do you think about Avatar: The Way of Water's current box office? Where do you think it'll end up? Have you ever had a chance to check it out? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. All right. With that down, we are going to jump into our third main topic today. And our third main topic today is this. So, we talked about this, it feels like not that long ago, right? It wasn't that long ago. We talked about this maybe a few weeks ago from this show coming to Netflix from the creators of Dark. I love Dark. I really loved that series. I thought it was great. The trailers for 1899 looked awesome. So I was super excited to finally get a chance to check it out when it came out. And I did check it out. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like, I'm not going to shit on this thing or anything because I did not watch enough length to justify shitting on it or praising it or anything, to be honest with you. But all I can tell you is this, is that I got through maybe 20. You know what? I might have almost finished or did finish the first episode. But I mean, there was just nothing there to really keep me in. There really wasn't. I wanted there to be. I thought that there was going to be this, and maybe there is. Maybe I should have kept on. I hear all the time in these series, oh, it takes a few episodes. You got to wait till the third season or what. That's just not how I operate, man. Look, it's all about a good hook. You got to hook me in there. Once you do, you could give me shit, but it's too late. You already got me. But in this case, it's the opposite. You can't, if you can't hook me in, I don't really care. And there was nothing there. I really wanted there to be because, again, I really loved Dark. I thought Dark was awesome. I thought it did a lot of good stuff with time travel that we hadn't seen. I thought it did a lot of stuff with horror that we hadn't seen. Obviously, there's the language difference where I can't even remember what Dark is, if it's German or whatever it is, but it's dubbed, and as an anime fan, the dubbing stuff is annoying. Give me subtitles, and I'm sure you can watch it that way too. But yeah, this was not that. And we're finding out now, after 2 or 3 weeks ago of us talking about 1899, we're finding out now from this article here from Deadline that it looks like Netflix has canceled 1899 already after one season and about a month and a half, maybe 2 months tops of actually being on Netflix's streaming platform. So let's read a little bit of this article, right? Oh, wow, good job, Deadline. There will be no second season for mystery thriller series 1899. Netflix has canceled the series. From Dark creators Wante Friese and Brannan Bo-Odar, who revealed the news on social media with a heavy heart. This is a quote from them. With a heavy heart, we have to tell you that 1899 will not be renewed. Co-showrunners The co-showrunners wrote on their Instagram account, "We would have loved to finish this incredible journey with a second and third season as we did with Dark, but sometimes things don't turn out the way you plan." Sources have confirmed from Netflix have confirmed the cancellation to Deadline as well. So it's not just these guys kind of saying, "Hey, we might get canceled" or this and that. You can see the actual tweet here on their Twitter. This is, I guess, not surprising. I want to say it's surprising because surely someone out there enjoyed this 1899 series as much as maybe they did Dark. But I want to say it's not surprising, right? Because I didn't enjoy it and I enjoyed Dark. So if I wasn't going to watch the first season, I damn sure wasn't going to watch, season 2 or 3. And I did watch all of Dark, so I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough when these things happen so quickly, I think. But that is, the world with these with streaming platforms. It's, what have you done for me lately? It's here today. It's cycling. It's crazy. So, rest in peace, 1899 to any of the fans that had out there. Let me know, how do you guys feel about this? Are you sad? Do you hate this? Are you glad? Or maybe you're happy so these creators can work on something new? Maybe you didn't like it. Maybe you loved it. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we are going to jump into our fourth and final main topic today, and that is the big news, the only big news that I would consider that I could find, and that is the new trailer for Antman, Quantumania, Antman 3, right, coming. We are finding out now with this article that I'm going to jump over to. As you can see, it's coming to us from Screen Rant, and I'm going to scroll down and get right to it. As anticipation grows for the film's villain, of course, we know who that is, Kang the Conqueror. Marvel has announced the new Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium trailer's release date. The new footage for the MCU sequel, which was announced during the Fiesta Bowl game between Michigan and Texas Christian University, of which Screen Rant viewed on ESPN, will air during the National College Football Championship game on the Sports Network, which begins on Monday, January 9th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At the time of writing, it is not known at what point in the game the new Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer will premiere. This is exciting. Awesome news. Guys, look, we haven't talked about this movie enough on the channel because honestly, I'm not that hype about it, but might have been hearing some stuff, might have been seeing some stuff, and this could be big. This could be like Civil War big. This could be lots of characters, lots of variants, Tobey Maguire, like who knows what's in this movie. But I'm going to say it's what we wanted from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We may get that finally here with Ant-Man and Quantumania. And that's exciting to me. Listen, I'm not the biggest football fan. I don't hate football. I'm an American. I played football. I like football. I just don't watch sports anymore because I don't have the time. I'm a big basketball guy, and I don't even have the time to do that anymore. Watch it, play it, anything. So it's not something I would normally sit down at my couch and throw on the college football championship game. But hey, it's kind of the Super Bowl of college football, so it's going to be the best of the best college football. So I guess if I'm going to watch one game a year, it'd be that one. But hey, they talking about the hook earlier, right? They got me. They've hooked me in. I will be there, sitting on my couch, popcorn pop, nacho cheese dip made, Monday, January 9th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I can't wait for this. This, like I said, I predict some big things coming in this trailer. So, you guys, if you're not big college football fans, I don't know what to say. Maybe put this on in the background while you're hanging out. Because the thing is as they did with the Super Bowl and within Endgame and Infinity War, you have no idea where this thing's going to pop up. It's most likely not going to be in the beginning. And as much as you want to think that it'll probably be at halftime, they hardly do that. It's usually like right in the middle of like commercial break, a timeout, boom. It starts, and it's only like a minute long. It's never, and sometimes not even that, 30 seconds, 40 seconds long. But it's usually good. I mean, if they're making this announcement and they're wanting people to check it out, I think we're going to see some pretty interesting stuff in this new Antman 3 Quantum Mania trailer, and that's got me pretty dang excited. I will say that. And like I said, they got me. I'll be there January 9th watching the college football championship game, which if you guys want to check this out, you should. And as soon as it comes, if it happens and, we see Wolverine or Deadpool or something, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, something crazy in this trailer, then I will jump on immediately and do a quick reaction kind of video. So that's exciting. I can't wait. Again, that's January 9th, 7 p.m. guys, Eastern Standard Time. So, adjust to whatever time zone you are in. But guys, what do you think about this news? Not often do they tell us, release dates of trailers and stuff, but sometimes we get it. But when we do, usually, again, it's something usually big like this. And this seems like this is turning into an event kind of thing. Like I said, more like a Captain America Civil War kind of thing, which was the third Captain America movie, right? So it makes sense. This would be cool. But what do you guys think about all this? Are you excited for the trailer release? Are you excited for this movie? Could you care less? Or are you willing to watch football just to see it? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right. With that down, we are all out of main topics today. And I don't expect it to be very busy in these next few days with it being New Year's and all, but I've had fun the last couple times I was able to come on here during the holiday. We're still holidaying here. Again, my wife doesn't go back to work until Thursday, so we're kind of just all hanging out and chilling. Been playing a lot of RuneScape lately. Gonna do some playing chats for that. Got this beautiful Forest Hills poster. If you guys haven't checked out the video for this poster that director Scott Goldberg sent us here at the channel, go check that out. That thing is awesome. Yeah. So, just kind of been trying to enjoy the rest of the holiday that we have before it is over and before, my wife does go back to work and we do come back here to the channel every day, 5 days a week, which, I guess is today really, but yeah, and we're still working on getting some co-hosts in here. I actually had somebody, another channel, reach out to us about maybe being a co-host, maybe like Skyping in or something. That could be very interesting, and I would love to see something. I would love to do something like that, but I told him to reach out and email us on our Screen Talk Live email, and I have yet to hear anything. So we'll see what comes of that, and we'll see what we can do with co-hosts moving forward. I know we had talked a little bit about maybe doing an anime show on the weekend. That's something I'm definitely still interested in doing. I want to make sure if I'm going to be dedicated to that I'm getting out to see those anime movies when they're in theaters. Like, I didn't go see the new Dragon Ball Z Super movie when it was out, but I really wanted to, and I don't know. I guess if I really wanted to, I would have went and seen it, right? But yeah, we're gonna look at doing some different things and see what kind of see what we can come up with. I know Lucas and Trevor are busy with their jobs and stuff, and Shane has a movie that he's trying to finish right now. So we'll see when everyone's kind of done doing what they're doing. If we can't get a permanent co-host in here for permanent days or something or like that, would be, kind of what we want to do, the way to go. But for now, hopefully, I am enough to satisfy your movie news urges. Yeah, so also, I did put a video up on the channel as well about some of the stuff that I got for Christmas. I know you can't quite see it, but over here, right there, is my new Mjolnir hammer, from the mighty Thor Love and Thunder movie. And also, I got this bad boy museum piece Captain America shield that is actually metal and very, very cool. I love that thing. I really, really love that thing. But yeah, let's jump over to the chat section and see what we got going on. Looks like Jesse Bailey was in here for a little bit. I don't know if he's still around. Jesse, I told you to message me or email me something so you could set in. You could have been a co-host, man. Jesse says he watched 3 episodes, 1899. Very boring and hard to follow. I agree. That's exactly what I got out of it. It's just kind of and like you again, if you've seen Dark, then you know you want something to come out of it. You're like, oh, there's this maybe like hidden message or meaning or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It was very boring and droll and it just took its toll on me, man. It really did. I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be good because I love Dark, and I want those guys to be successful so they can continue to make stuff. Hey, hopefully their next thing's better, and I can do away with the dub thing. Like I said, I would rather watch subtitles for something that great than to see the jumbly mouth thing. Let's see. Jesse Bailey says thumbs up. Looks like we have Luis Berry is here. Luis, thanks for joining us here today on the show, buddy. He says, hope to get in the next Ant-Man 3 trailer, Jimmy and Jim Carrey as MODOK, as hopefully his second to last film release before he's retired, last being the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever. Please release WB. Okay, yes. And that's some of the stuff we've heard, right? Maybe we see MODOK in this trailer. Yeah, right? Look, I've heard, not seen, but heard that MODOK looks awesome and looks really badass. So yeah, I'm stoked. I can't wait to see. I hope we get. I really hope we get MODOK for sure. If we can get a Schumacher Batman Forever cut, yeah, cool. I'm down for that too. Let's do it. Those were my movies. Hey, I grew up with those movies, man. Those are my Batman movies. Jesse says, I'm trying to find a job back home. When I do, we'll hit you up. Yes, find a job home, Jesse. You can be my designated co-host. I would love to have a dedicated person to sit across from me in that chair, to talk about movies and movie news every day with me. I would love that. So, let me know, dude. Keep me in touch. Email me at screentalklive@gmail.com and get in touch with me there, and I'll keep in touch with you there. Let's see. Luis goes on to say, hopes to get an Ant-Man 3. Krasinski's Reed, Emily Blunt as Sue. Oh man, this would be so good. Taron Egerton as Johnny, Cruise's Iron Man. Man, see, and this is what. And Luis, I hope I'm saying is it Louis? Louis, I hope I'm saying your name right. You're exactly saying what I was saying, right? Is that this movie may end up being what we wanted Doctor Strange to be, right? We wanted Doctor Strange to have specifically things like Cruise's Iron Man, right? It even seemed like he was there, but he wasn't there. So weird. We had the I forget the name of the legion of robots that he creates, that version of Iron Man. But we see those kind of in the Illuminati throne room, right? And so, man, I don't know, but it seems like he says Louis. I hope okay, Louis. All right. It seems like. Yeah, or Sue Storm, Emily Blunt, Sue Storm. I mean, listen, from the last things we got from Krasinski, if he's being honest, it doesn't sound like we're going to get any Krasinski as Reed Richards anytime soon. But hey, fingers crossed that he's being dishonest. It's not something you usually wish out of a person, but hey. And Taron Egerton as Johnny. Listen, Louis, who I want Taron Egerton to play. Who Taron Egerton, however you say it, is a phenomenal actor. If you haven't seen Blackbird on Apple TV Plus, go check it out. This dude is a small package, ripped, super ripped, takes care of himself, super veiny, short. That's my Wolverine, man. And he even had talks to play Wolverine. Yeah, I want him to play Wolverine. He would be a perfect Wolverine. But hey, listen, I'm a big fan of old Johnny Storm, so I would take him as that as well too, I guess. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Louis says he hopes so. And Louis says Antman in the multiverse of madness. Right, exactly. It's gonna be weird if this does end up being that. It's gonna be weird because I feel like we kind of got the curtain pulled on us at the end of the day. You know, they kind of made us feel that we were gonna get something that we didn't get, and then the little things that we could have got, they've revealed to us in the trailer, like Patrick Stewart coming back. They gave us that right in the trailer. There was just no really big aha moments. As silly as it was for Sony to try to keep those shots of all the Spider-Man out of that trailer, right? Hey, at the end of the day, as much as we knew they were in it, we still went in with like a small bit of doubt going, man, what if they're not in it? But yeah, this is just so different, man. This is just so different. And that movie did have, that Spider-Man No Way Home movie had plenty enough of those aha or oh cool moments that it was good and it was surprising still. Where Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the biggest aha moment or the biggest reveal in that movie is Patrick Stewart rolling out into that throne room. And they gave us that in the fucking trailers, man. So I hope, here's my hope, Louis. If we do get all the things that we've got our fingers crossed for, if we do get all those things in this trailer next Monday or whatever, I hope that doesn't mean that that's it for the film, right? I hope we can still go into the movie and there be like 4 or 5 or 6 other big things where we're like, whoa, right? We don't want it to all be revealed to us on Monday Night Football, right? I mean, I don't know. You tell me how you guys feel, but I personally don't want it to be revealed to me that way. I would rather I don't know. I want these movies to be good too. At the end of the day, they just haven't been hitting for me the way that they used to be. But yes, at the end of the day, this totally could be Ant-Man in the Multiverse of Madness, and I'm, from what I'm seeing and from what I'm hearing, it's really sounding like that is what this is going to be. So I hope so. I really do. I hope so. And thanks, Louis, for sticking around and hanging out with us and chatting it up with us. Let's see. It looks like that's it. No more chats. It's been fun, guys. Like I said, it's slow. With all the yeah. Louis says he thinks Bill Murray is a variant of Kang. I thought we know. I think, don't we know who Bill Murray's playing? I can't remember off top who it was specifically, but I'm pretty sure like it was announced like who Bill Murray was playing. And with all the controversy going around with Bill Murray, do they change that edit of the trailer? Do they pull? I know he was in one of the trailers already, obviously, but just a small, quick moment. Maybe we don't see him anymore in this though, because of all of the junk going on with Bill Murray at this time. But yeah, I thought we knew what he was. But if we don't, correct me if I'm wrong, Louis. Maybe I'm wrong. And if we don't, then that would be even more interesting, right? Good point too, Louis. Something I really haven't thought about is the idea that we are probably definitely going to see other versions of Kang, right? Not just the Conqueror version, which I assume is the main version that we're seeing in the trailers that we've seen, right? I assume he's the Conqueror version of Kang. But you're not wrong, right, Louis? God, it's so to slip my mind, but we could probably see a lot of different variants and versions of Kang. And yeah, why do they all have to be Jonathan Majors? Maybe they could, be just like Spider-Man has, different, Tobey Maguire and Peter Parker and all these different versions of Peter Parker. Maybe they could do the same thing with Kang as well. So that would be really cool, man. Louis also says Krasinski's Reed was the biggest reveal, with Stewart's Xavier being second. Well, at that point, when we're in the theaters, yes, because we already knew Stewart was going to be in it, right? But honestly, if we didn't know that Patrick Stewart was in that movie, if we did not know that going into that movie, and you show John Krasinski's Reed Richards, but then, even the movie revealed him to be the last, the big thing that was revealed. Patrick Stewart's Xavier, right? But if we didn't know, him rolling in there would have been the biggest pop of that movie. It'd have been like, whoa, what does this mean? Will we see more mutants? Will we see more Fox X-Men characters? It would have been the biggest pop at that moment. But we already knew that going into the damn film. So yeah, Reed Richards was or Krasinski as Reed Richards was definitely, for sure, in the theater, was the biggest pop of the movie. For sure it was. Stewart coming out still got a little bit of a pop, but, the most of us that it's, that are really following this stuff, like I'm sure you are and I am, we knew, right? And see, Louis also says, compared to No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness, Ant-Man 3 trailer did a good job of not showing too much. Yeah, right. I agree. So far, I agree 100%. So much so that the first trailer, I was like, I don't know. Still super excited to see the movie. And the second trailer definitely, pulled me in. But yeah, it has done a good job of really not kind of really even letting us know what's going on here. I have seen a lot of TV spots now where it seems like, more of the story is being revealed to us, but I imagine this next trailer we're going to get like a chunk of it. I really do. I think this comes out, February something? When is this? I can't remember when Quantumania comes out, but I think it's February something. So yeah, let's see what else we got here. Louis also says, we know Murray is a villain. Okay, so maybe that's all we know, is that he is a villain. You may be right. That's what all we know. If so, again, very cool, and I'm very intrigued by the idea of him playing a version of the Conqueror. If he does play of Kang, if he does play a version of Kang, how do you see that ending, Louis? Does that end with Jonathan Majors killing Bill Murray? Right? Because I think that Jonathan Majors version is the Conqueror Kang. So any of those other versions of him, he's going to probably do away with, just like the original version, the ancient, or He Who Remains, did away with, all the other ones as well. So let's see. Louis also says, I think the majority of Kangs are going to be played by Majors. Yeah, for sure. I agree. No doubt. The majority of them should and will be played by Jonathan Majors, who's a fantastic actor and who has done great so far. And what we've seen him in Loki and what we've seen him do in the trailers. I mean, he looks awesome. He looks like a Kang to be. And I just seen an interview with him recently, and someone had asked him, of all the Marvel characters, in the MCU now, who would you or the Conqueror want to fight? And he said Thor. And that would be cool too, man. I would love to see Jonathan Majors go at Chris Hemsworth. Majors is such a huge dude too. Just like, obviously Chris Hemsworth is huge, but yeah, I think the majority of the Kangs will be played by Majors, and I think that like, we're saying, the more or the Monday Night Football trailer that we see it's going to give us a lot more insight to some of the stuff going on in this movie, and that's got me pretty excited, man. Louis also says, I think William Jackson Harper is a variant of Kang as well. Man, that would be very, very intriguing. And if we see all this, I mean, this is going to be an overwhelming experience of a movie. If I'm hearing there's Spider-Man variants and other variants of maybe X-Men and things like that, and this movie could just be jam-packed, man. Maybe what we find out is that there's a lot of people there that need rescued. The Antman is really this movie is gonna father in the new age of the MCU, and that could be possible. That's again what we thought of Multiverse of Madness, right? I mean, God damn, that movie did everything to lead us to that. I mean, every other movie around it even led us to that, and still, it wasn't the movie to be that we ended up, that we wanted it or expected it to be. So, I know we have to leave our expectations at the door, but sometimes I think it's hard when you breadcrumb us to believe things, or to think things or assume things or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, long and the short of it is, man, I'm super excited for this film. Every time I go to our local AMC to see a theater, I see those pardon me. I see those big Quantumania pieces and posters up, and every time I see it, I think, oh yeah. It's like I've almost kind of forgotten about Quantumania, especially with how kind of downhill this year has been for movies in general, but specifically comic book movies. So it kind of, maybe that's why. But let's see. Louis also says, I think Kang is going to get his time chair back with Scott's help, with Kang killing Hank in the process, Kang killing other Kangs, with the alive ones being all played by Majors. That could be interesting, and it would make sense, right? Because Scott Lang is the world's greatest heist man, right? Or whatever. I mean, he stole the Ant-Man suit, although it was kind of a setup, but he was the guy to try to do it, right? So if you need a guy to go get some shit that you need taken on the low, Scott Lang's your guy, especially when he's got an Ant-Man suit. So that would make total sense. And we've also seen those shots in the trailer where he's, where Kang's kind of like, hey, help me, Ant-Man, and I will help you, So we'll see. I think that his daughter is going to end up playing Cassie Lang is going to end up playing a bigger role in this too than we probably have expected. Let's see. Louis also says, hope to get Kang in Loki season 2 as well, and hope to get the trailer by the latest end of the month. Dude, right? Man, I would love to have that trailer. There's no doubt in my mind that we won't see him in season 2 of Loki, though. We'll definitely. That's 100%er for me. It ends with the shot of us panning to the Conqueror, monument built there in the TVA. So we're going to see some version or variant, at least, of Kang. Maybe not the Conqueror version, or maybe just the Conqueror version. I'm not really quite sure, but we'll definitely see something like that in Loki season 2. Louis also says, hope to get post-credit scene of Ant-Man 3 being Dwayne wait. Hope to get post-credit scenes of Ant-Man 3 being Dwayne Johnson as the Thing and Michael Fassbender. Okay. All right. Michael Fassbender as Dr. Doom. Yes. Please give me Michael Fassbender as Dr. Doom. Oh my, what? Louis, you couldn't have come up with a better name to play Dr. Doom than Michael Fassbender for me. That's perfect casting. Yes, I would take that. Now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as the Thing. Interesting. Very interesting. So, love the Thing. I have some Thing collectibles. My co-host camera isn't on, so I can't show you. But I have some big, heavy Thing collectibles over there, and because I really do, I love the Thing. Rumors were that maybe they had cast Seth Rogen to play the Thing. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of that, but I'm a huge, stupid, nerdy Seth Rogen fan, and could see him being the kind of the comedic relief of the group as the Thing. So that kind of makes sense to me. Look, I'm down for Dwayne the Rock Johnson to play any kind of character probably in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That being said, with the kind of physical presence that Dwayne brings to the screen, you don't want a CG that, like, it's easy to do that to Mark Ruffalo because he doesn't bring any physical presence to the screen, right? But Dwayne the Rock Johnson brings the most physical presence to the screen. Like with Black Adam's a perfect example. You don't have to CG any muscles onto that dude. He comes like that. So I don't know. I think it's a little bit different, and I can't see them using him as something that you can't see Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I mean, and they obviously wouldn't go the route of like painting him orange like they or some shit like that. So I couldn't see him doing the Thing, but I would love to see him in the MCU. I really would. It's too bad with Black Adam. It really is. It's all too bad. Let's see. Louis also says, wish they got the in-game Cassie to get her time to shine. Yeah, right? We had those couple of moments that made me cry and shit. Like a big-ass baby. But yeah, it would have been nice to get some more Cassie Lang. Especially because the girl who plays her is good. And it's not an annoying-ass character like the Kate Bishop character. Which is just so annoying that I just couldn't get on board with it. Maybe it's just because I'm not a rebellious 17-year-old girl, but I just couldn't get on board with it. Let's see. Louis also says, hope to get Grant's Loki in season 2 as well. Kate Dickie, I think, is playing older Sylvie. Really? Yeah. Grant's Loki was awesome. One of the best parts of the first season of Loki, obviously. So yeah, any more of that? We talked about them doing here on the show and in our friends group talked about them doing a whole freaking movie with that version of Loki. Give me that. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Kate Dickie is playing older Silver. Who's Kate Dickie, Louis? I'm not sure who Kate Dickie is right off the top. Louis also says, I don't even think Dwayne is the best fit for the Thing, but I think he'll be fun and he deserves another chance at a comic book film after Black Adam. I agree with you 100%. He'd be fun. He'd be a comedic relief too. He is a very charismatic guy, and I'm sure he can make that shine through all the CG and the effects and all that. I agree. More than anything, Louis, I agree with you that he definitely deserves a second chance at a place that's going to care about the character and the story as much as he did with Black Adam. Obviously, Warner Brothers and DC cared little as much as Dwayne the Rock Johnson did about that project. But hopefully if he does, Feige or whoever would, care as much and put as much effort, since, if it was an MCU project. So I would love to see it. And I agree with you. He deserves this another chance to come at it in a better way, in a universe that's more established. It's already on its feet. He was hoping for Black Adam to kind of start or restart or reboot, whatever you want to call it, the DCU, right? And yeah, that's just a lot to bear on your shoulders, being, it's your first superhero movie anyway, especially for a guy like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who is like just destined to be a superhero, right? Let's see. Louis says, Yelena stole Hawkeye. Yelena. Why is that? Who's Yelena? Why can't I remember who you? Yeah, Yelena. Yeah. Okay. What's the actress's name? I can't remember her name now. But yes, she was great in Hawkeye. Look, man, Jeremy Renner was awesome in Hawkeye. Those moments that we got where he was like in his apartment, freaking taping peas to his sores and his swollen body, being, man, those moments were compelling to me. To see what a hero, a superhero, has to deal with when he goes home and you don't see that super side of him. At the end of the day, Hawkeye specifically isn't much of a superhero. I mean, look, I'm not going to get into a debate about it because Hawkeye's great, but at the end of the day, the Hulk doesn't go home and need to put green beans on his neck. Neither does Wolverine or Deadpool or, even probably Captain America or the majority of people. To see him deal with his actual struggle of the ramifications of trying to really be a superhero was cool. Those were the most compelling parts of the Hawkeye series to me. They really were. And those were what kept me coming to watch it every week, even though it just, for me, just got worse and worse and worse to the point where it just felt stupid. I mean, but yes, Yelena was great in it. That's for sure. Let's see. Louis says Kate Dickey is Lisa. I'm not sure who. Oh, from Game of Thrones. Oh, okay, I see. Florence Pugh. Yeah, Florence Pugh was, and yeah, for sure, right? Man, Florence Pugh is great. I recently watched what is it? Don't Worry, Darling from Olivia Wilde. First of all, Florence Pugh is a gorgeous woman, very gorgeous woman. But God, she's good. That lady, that girl's gonna win an Academy Award, or at least nominated one before it's all said and done, if she hasn't been already. But yes, she was a great part. She brings so much real emotion to that character. It's believable. You believe it. You believe that she feels the way that she feels, and that she's there, to redeem or to avenge her sister. Where, again, the 17-year-old girl running around fucking shit up for Hawkeye, I don't know. That stuff I just could care less about. The villains of that show, the Tracksuit Mafia, were definitely funny at times, and I like that as well. They could do their own little show, and I would probably watch a Tracksuit Mafia show. Those dudes are a bunch of idiots. Louis says, I did like Kate and Yelena's chemistry. Yes, that's true. That they did have good like back and forth thing, and then they had that fight thing. That all that stuff really is good. Look, man, anytime Florence Pugh was on the screen, it was good. It really was. She stole a lot of that show. You're right. She really did steal a lot of that show, and they tried to. It seems like, Louis, on the topic of, all these things being revealed, all these new, we have to have we were talking about pops, right? With Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness and the Antman and Quantumania. And it now kind of feels like everything is about these pops. And I don't feel like it has to be like that. It doesn't need to be like a aha or oh moment every time I watch one of these series. But they try to give us that with the Elaine character from Seinfeld that was in Hawkeye. That was supposed to be like a pop kind of moment. The Florence Pugh character, Yelena being in there, we had known about that. So that wasn't much of a pop. But yeah, it seems like... sometimes they're trying to do that a little bit too much, but Florence Pugh is great. Louis says Florence is very hot and she's my dream girl. Hey, dude, I'm with you. I'm right there. Again, Florence Pugh is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, and she is very talented, man. How this woman has gone, under my radar as someone who does, talks about films and movies every day, pretty much all day, and goes and sees tons of movies. I haven't really seen Florence Pugh as much as I've seen her tons in the past 2 or 3 years. But before that, I don't feel like I've seen her at all. There's probably things I have seen that she's in, but just didn't know her in the way that I know her now. I mean, she's seriously talented, man. Way talented. Very beautiful. Definitely not opposed to her being anyone's dream girl. That's for sure, Louis. Louis also says Florence is the one good part of Don't Worry, Darling. Dude, she's the best part of that movie. She, again, is very compelling. You believe every part of everything she believes in that film. I know that not a lot of people. She's really hot in that movie, too, by the way. I know not a lot of the critics and audience liked Don't Worry, Darling. And I know that there was a lot of controversy, obviously, behind it with the Harry Styles and the Shia LaBeouf and stuff like that. But, I could care less about all that shit. I just want good film, right? Good movies to watch and have a good experience at the theater. I didn't get the chance to go see Don't Worry, Darling in theaters because all the controversy. I was like, I'll wait. And then I seen it on HBO Max. I was like, all right, I'll check it out now. Damn it, I should have went and seen that in theaters. That movie was awesome. Forget the haters, man. What's up with the haters? Too many haters out here, man. That movie rocked. She was great in it. I'm not a big Harry Styles fan, but for a dude who's definitely not an actor, I thought he brought, something to the performance. I definitely think Shia LaBeouf would have brought a lot more, but hey, he's a bit of a psycho at some points, so hard to work with, especially when you're trying to have sex with your cast, Olivia Wilde. But yes, yeah, I like Don't Worry, Darling. I don't care what the critics in the audience think. I think it rocked. It did have it kind of felt like like a movie version of a Black Mirror or Twilight Zone episode, but I love that stuff. I love Twilight Zone is the greatest show ever made, if you ask me. So. Let's see. Louis also says, hope to get on the rest of the Thunderbolts. Frank, Ben Poindexter, Abomination, Zemo. Yeah, I think we should get most of those. I don't know if Frank Grillo, I think is his name. What's that character's name? Crossbones? What is it? I can't remember. But I don't know if he's going to be a part of it or not. I did see an interview with him recently where he was saying he wished they had actually called him about being in Infinity War and Endgame, and he had passed up the opportunity to do so. So, and he was saying he regretted that, and one of the biggest regrets of his career. Let's see. Louis also says, we'll love to see Justin on the Thunderbolts team as well. Justin, who's Justin? I'm not sure who Justin is. Louis also says the twist for Don't Worry, Darling ruined it for me. Okay, and that part is the only part that I get to an extent. It is just kind of like I said, it feels like a big long Twilight Zone or Black Mirror episode. It doesn't end with you learning much. It ends with one of those. But hey, man, I really enjoyed it still. I try not to judge a movie, completely by solely the way it ends, because if I do that, there's a lot of movies I just straight hate. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. I even enjoyed Justin Hammer. Yeah, that would be cool too. I really enjoyed it, and the twist, even though I didn't really see it coming, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. I really did. I liked the twist. And I liked the movie overall. I couldn't believe, I remember it being 30% or maybe in the 40s on critics on Rotten Tomatoes. And I remember afterwards thinking, damn, that's harsh. That's rough. That definitely does not deserve that low. I also watched Where the Crawdads Sang around that same time, which I would compare those movies kind of in the same vein in a way. I don't know why, but I would. And and yeah, and it's 90-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm not really sure how it works. Let's see. Louis also says, Hope to get Frank and Justin Hammer in Armor Wars as well. Yeah, that'd be cool. And what's up with Armor Wars, right? I think I heard something that they may be doing away with Armor Wars. And then right after that, I remember hearing something about Riri's in it now. So I don't know what's going on with Armor Wars. But yeah, I mean, look, again, I just want better Disney Plus shows, right? If we're gonna spit out 10 of them a year, make sure you're giving me good content. I don't want more content. I want more better content. Let's see. Louis says, hope to get The Punisher and the rest of the MCU, ABC, Netflix shows back as well. Look, John Bernthal is The Punisher, man. Give me John Bernthal as The Punisher, man. He's great, man. I would love to see that myself. I wasn't what's her name that plays Jessica Jones? She's great as well, too. You know what? I will take that. Look, I said it in the beginning. I wasn't the biggest, Charlie Cox Daredevil fan. Not him, as I don't care about the casting, but the show. I wasn't the biggest fan of that show, but if you're going to tell me, hey, we're bringing back that version of Daredevil, then I want that version of The Punisher, which is the superior show and version of a character in this whole group of thing. And then maybe the Jessica Jones character would be second to that, I would say, in my opinion. The Iron Fist character, listen, I'm not going to blame the actor, but that show was so terrible. I hope that they don't ever bring any of that ever in again. And Luke Cage, I know a lot of people like Luke Cage, but man, I just wasn't the biggest fan. And I hope, whoever my Power Man ends up being is huge. It should be like LeBron James should be Power Man. Let's see. And the ABC shows, so like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that, man, just wasn't ever a big fan. And to be honest with you, the reason I wasn't a big fan was because they couldn't really do that greater connectiveness. So maybe now that they could, I would be interested in seeing a show like that. But if you can't connect it, or you can't even say like, oh, the Hulk did that, you got to say, oh, it was the big green guy. I don't know. It feels so disconnected, but trying to force its way to some sort of connection at all. So, Louis says, hope to get Born Again, Frank, Ben, Poindexter, Karen, Foggy, Spidey. That'd be pretty cool, man. Hey, I think we have a lot to. Louis says Luke Cage season 1 is better than season 2. I don't even think I ever got. You know what? I think I watched some of season 2, but I don't know. I don't think I finished. I don't think I went past season 1. It was okay. Again, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't. It wasn't great. I don't know why I enjoyed Jessica Jones so much though. And not just Jessica Jones, but the John Bernthal Punisher, man, that's a fucking. Am I not wrong? Is that not the superior series of those Netflix characters? I mean, I know a lot of people love that Daredevil, Charlie Cox Daredevil, but man, John Bernthal as the Punisher was so badass, man. Louis says Cottonmouth stole it and shouldn't have died. Hey, that actor has I forget his name. But he's actually talked about the fact that Cottonmouth is dead, the character, but he himself is not dead from maybe being in the MCU in the future. So that's interesting, right? We may at least get the actor back, who was great. You're right. He was really good as Cottonmouth. So let's see. Yeah, and then in regards back to the Born Again thing, man, I was gonna say, it's gonna be interesting to see what Mahershala Ali, thank you. It's gonna be really interesting to see what they bring back, or what they announce this upcoming, D23 and stuff like that when it comes to Marvel and the Marvel slate. Because again, really with the down year that they've had in whatever phase, what was it, phase 4, and we're moving into phase 5 now, it just they got to do something. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, right. Mahershala Ali is Blade. Yeah, for sure. So yeah. Um, I don't know. I think that there could be big things coming. I think at some point soon we'll hear the casting for the Fantastic Four, which I think will be huge. I think that will be a lot. And I'm really got my fingers crossed, Louis, especially, with all this talk of Ant-Man 3 and Quantumania. I got my fingers crossed that maybe this movie kind of, transitions us into, back to normal. We also have Bob Chapek out of Disney now. So maybe if he was putting his foot on Kevin Feige's throat about some of the, budget concerns or this and that, maybe we get under Iger, we get back to producing and making better films and not worrying so much, again, like I was saying, about those big pops. Like, we don't need them every movie all the time. But ever since that acquisition of Fox, right, it's like we're never going to not do it until it's all there. Once it's all there, once the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Ghost Rider, and all those characters are part of the MCU, I think at that point, we won't care about the pops. But until then, we're always expecting, well, when is this? When are the mutants? When is Wolverine? And so we're always looking for that kind of thing, right? Louis says, I hope that at least Frank gets back. Right, yeah, again, Frank Grillo is awesome as Frank Castle. I'm sorry. Let's see, Louis says, John deserved an Emmy nom for Daredevil with Vincent. Oh, who are we talking about? John. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Right. Those scenes are very awesome, very visceral, very cool scenes, man. No doubt. Louis also says, hope to get Tom Hardy as the Wolverine. Hey, that's another cool one. I would take that. Interesting because the whole Venom thing, but I would still take it. He would play a good Wolverine, and he's still kind of young enough to do it, I think. Ewan McGregor as Xavier. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think Juan Carlos Esposito is going to be Xavier, though. Christoph Waltz as Magneto. And I've heard Denzel may be Magneto. But that's not a bad casting. Jamie Dornan. I'm not sure who Jamie Dornan is as Cyclops. And Naomi Scott as Jean Grey. Naomi Scott's great. As long as you get good actors and actresses in these roles, and then I have faith. I don't really care who you cast at that point. It doesn't need to be a big name or someone I know. I didn't really know Jonathan Majors when they cast him, or Florence Pugh is a good example. I didn't really know who Florence Pugh was when they cast her. Those characters ended up being freaking awesome characters, but yeah, guys, I appreciate you being here. Louis, I appreciate you being here in the chat. It was awesome having you here. It was awesome chat. And I hope you stick around, man. We do this Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time every day. Come join us. Come talk about this stuff. It's always fun having, this is the reason why I do this. It's fun interacting with you guys, building this fan film community where we can come and talk about the things that we love and sometimes the things that we don't love. But yeah, so I appreciate you being here, Louis. It's been awesome having you here. Jesse Bailey, I appreciate you being here. I know Matt has been here as well. I appreciate you guys being here. Again, I know it's a slow day at the channel. Everyone's still kind of doing holiday stuff or relaxing from New Year's or this and that. Let's see, Louis says, real quickly, Esposito is better fit for Roderick. Who's Roderick? Kingsley Hobbs. Okay. I see. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not really as familiar with that character, to be 100% honest with you, Louis. So I'm not sure. But again, dude, I appreciate you being here. I hope you stick around. I hope you come back. And I love chatting it up with you. You seem like a really cool dude, man. So stick around. Everyone else, again, Jesse, I got an email from you. I appreciate it. I will get back to you as soon as I can. We will be back in here, guys, tomorrow at 5 p.m. again, Central Standard Time. Probably just be me. Yes, Louis, I have seen all of those things. I have seen Breaking Bad, one of the best dramatic series ever made. El Camino, I own the Steelbook 4K version of it that was made exclusive from Netflix because it didn't release. So, yeah, anyways, but I have the El Camino Steelbook. Love the movie. Better Call Saul, I haven't seen it to the end. Obviously, I think it's still going, but I've seen a lot of it. Enjoyed every second of it that I did. Yeah, so yeah, I've seen all those. Yeah, and definitely me and especially my wife, she's the one that introduced me to Breaking Bad. Huge fans of the Breaking Bad stuff. We even did a like a thing where we stayed up until 2 and we made these like blue rock candy looking meth things and all of this stuff and did like a El Camino, viewing party thing, and it rocked, and God, that movie rocked. I love that movie. I still think to this day, it's one of the best Netflix produced movies or Netflix made movies or whatever. Louis also says Michael Shannon as Green Goblin. Oh, that'd be awesome. Bryan Cranston as Doc Ock. I could see it. John Cena as Sandman. I could definitely see that. Dean Norris as Rhino. Timothy Chalamet as Harry Osborn. That's definitely a good one. Oh, yeah. Last year, right? Yeah, you said, Louis also says Better Call Saul ended this year. Yeah, but last year now, right? Yeah, for sure. I got to get caught up on that one. I will get caught up on that, Louis, but yeah. But yeah, again, dude, seriously, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for chatting it up with us. I hope you'll be here tomorrow. Again, guys, we'll be back here tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we should be here the rest of the week, pretty getting back to normal now. And yeah, we hope to have you guys here. Guys, don't forget, we have that Xbox Series S that we're giving away here on the channel. All you got to do is send in a super chat during a live show, including today's live show or any live show, and it enters you in for a chance to win that Xbox Series S. So make sure you guys are sending in a super chat so you can have a shot at winning a free Xbox Series S. Also, we have our channel membership up. Guys, we appreciate all the support of the members that we currently have. Your guys' support makes the show continue to function, me to continue to be here, and for the show to continue to improve, to get better, and make the, all of these things better for you guys. So we appreciate all our channel members, and make sure you guys, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. And if you can, jump over and join our channel membership. You can join for as little as, $2 or $3 a month. And again, the support really goes a long way in helping me continue to do these things. So we appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys back here. Louis, I'm going to read a couple more things he's got in here. He says, I want Nicholas Hoult as Batman, Louis says. That's interesting. I'm cool with what we got, though. I like Robert Pattinson as the Batman, at least. Louis also says Austin Butler as Supes and Jamie Alexander as the Wonder Woman. Man, bro, you got some good castings. You've thought this through, Louis. You really have. And that's cool. Yeah, I hope that we, when we do get some of these castings, that we do get names like Michael Fassbender as, Dr. Doom. That one was probably my favorite. But yeah. So yeah, Louis, again, thanks for being here. Guys, thanks for being here. I'm gonna sign off for today. We will be back here. Join us back again. Louis, be back here tomorrow, man. We'll talk more. Matt, Jesse, thank you guys for all being here. I will email you back, Jesse, as soon as I get a chance. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow and talk about a lot of more stuff then. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow.